Gang, welcome back to my channel. It's a boy calling Stick Profit, representing always stock in profit. You know the drill. Alright guys, welcome to another episode of how to get started as a beginner in the trading industry. I remember we're in the stage 2 of this series, and if you've been following from the stage 1 down to this episode, you would realize that we've covered a lot of the introductory parts in the stage 1, and now we're moving into more details of how to get started in the trading industry. Right, so remember we've done a lot in the stage 1 where we talked about pips, we talked about lot sizes, we talked about a lot of beginner stuff, and now how do you actually know when to buy or when to sell? Because literally everything you're doing in this market is you're looking to buy and you're looking to sell. So now how do you know when to buy and when to sell? And that is what is going to lead us to our next topic, which is methods of making analysis in the trading industry. Right now, let's get started. There are various methods of making analysis in the trading industry, regardless of whatever asset you're trading, be it indices, be it the crypto markets, be it derivatives, synthetics, be it stocks, whatever asset you're trading. There are various methods of carrying out the analysis. And for the foreign exchange market, we have two major methods of carrying out analysis, which include fundamental analysis, and then we also have technical analysis. Alright, so now the fundamental analysis is actually the earliest method of making analysis in the trading industry, and these methods include using economic data. Now this economic data are news events. Right now, these news events are like the NFP, the FOMC, SCPI, that's the Consumer Price Index, and all the news events that actually move prices. Right, remember you're trading a country's currency, and this currency actually fluctuates based on the economic events going on in the country. Right, so now, and that is why fundamental analysis actually determine the long-term direction of the market. Right, so however, most beginners coming into the trading industry have little to no idea of how to actually make analysis using the fundamental method. However, if you stay at the end of this series, you're going to know how to use the fundamental method of making analysis to actually add to your trading system so you can increase your win rates. Alright, and the fundamental analysis is actually what push price from the demand to the supply, and also from the supply to the demand. Right now, this is what majorly move price in the foreign exchange market. Right, so however, this is not something you should disregard in your trading. So now let's get to the next method of making analysis, which is a technical method of making analysis. Now this involves you making use of tools like indicators and price action candlesticks and chart patterns, candlestick patterns, and demand and supply, support and resistance, all revolves around the technical analysis. This is one of the major methods of making analysis most forex traders use. Some people getting into the trading industry, the first thing they want to learn is how to analyze the market technically. Now let's get into how to analyze the market fundamentally. Now, let's take for example, we have the most popular events in the foreign exchange market that most traders look to trade, and this is NFP, the Federal Open Market Committee meeting, which is FOMC, and we have Consumer Price Index. And you can find this news event on your forexfactory.com, where you have the high impact, which is being represented with the red folder, while the low impact, which is represented with the yellow folder, and then we have the medium impact, which is being represented with the brown folder. Alright, now the above news events actually have major impact in the foreign exchange market. It usually cause most volatile movements that you see, and most of the times you see some forex traders looking to trade this event because of its high volatility. So now let's take for example the NFP. Alright, so now the NFP is actually a very important economic indicator in the US economy. Right, it is an employment indicator, and it contains the number of people that were employed in the previous month, excluding those in the farming industry, households, and also NGOs. Right now, this report is being released every first Friday of the month. Right, this also provides information of increments in hourly earnings, and remember, the hourly earnings is what impacts consumer spending, and also the consumer spending is what impacts the GDP of a country. Right, if the employment rates keep decreasing, then it will affect the hourly earnings. And if the hourly earnings is being affected, then it will affect the consumer spendings, because consumers won't want to spend much because of the amounts they are earning. And now if consumer spending is reducing, then it's going to affect the GDP of the states. All right, so now that is for NFP though. So now let's see how to make analysis with the NFP. Let's take for instance the previous NFP that was released last Friday. That's the first Friday of this month. Alright, so the last US NFP reports came out less than expected. Right, so when the last NFP came out less than expected, this was indicating it's actually indicated a fewer job was created, and as well low employment rates in the US economy. Now when you see data like this, it's indirectly telling you that we might be experiencing a weak US dollar. So remember, I always tell you guys that buy into strength and sell into weakness. So what should you be looking to do? And remember, I said the fundamental analysis actually impacts the markets in a long term. So it's not a short term thing. It actually impacts the market long term. So when the data came out last, that's the first Friday of the month, you saw the NFP, the US NFP came out less than expected because the jobs creation was below the previous and also below the forecast. All right, and also below the forecast. So now how do we trade based on these data? So let's go to our chart. Let's go back to our charts, guys. Let me show you guys that's last 2 Fridays on the charts. All right, guys, so you can see this was last Friday. That's the last NFP, right? And this was 2nd of August, so that's the Friday NFP came out. And we saw this movement during London session. Price took out Asian high and pullback, grabbed liquidity from below, broke structure to the upside, reacted from breaker block, created a bullish engulfing, and then we had price when NFP came out and the data was less than expected and also below the previous as well. We saw this bullish movement to the upside, and then price has been moving bullishly since after that NFP. You could see that's what I told you guys. Fundamental analysis actually impacts the market on the long term. Right, so you could see price has been moving bullishly since after NFP, and this is because when the data came out, it was against the US dollar, and also you could see that these fundamentals is actually what influence the direction of price. Whenever an economic event comes out and tells you this is what is happening and this is what is happening, then you know the direction you should be looking to trade towards. Alright, so now if you gain value from this video, please like and subscribe on channel for more and stay to the end of this series. Alright, thank you guys for watching till the end.